Holy crap. Oh my gosh. We were just driving down the freeway and just saw this.
In January 2025, California faced an unprecedented crisis as wildfires broke out across the state, causing widespread devastation.
That's called a fire tornado coming at you. Temperatures 200 to 300 degrees. Roaring. It's crazy.
These fires were not just natural disasters. They were stark reminders of the ever-growing threat posed by climate change and the need for urgent action in both prevention and management. As of January 23, 2025, the situation has become increasingly dire, with thousands of acres burned, homes lost, and lives disrupted. California is grappling with multiple wildfires, notably the Hughes Fire, which ignited on January 22nd near Castaic Lake, north of Los Angeles. This rapidly spreading blaze has consumed over 10,000 acres and is currently only 14% contained.
Leading edge of the Hughes Fire now moving down out of the rolling hills and down the hills toward to Lake Castaic itself.
The fires that ignited across California were fueled by a combination of extreme weather conditions, including record-breaking heat, persistent droughts, and strong winds. In some regions, the fires spread so rapidly that entire communities were forced to evacuate within hours. By the middle of January 2025, California had already faced one of the worst fire seasons in recent history, with more than 250 wildfires reported and nearly 50,000 acres burned. California's wildfire season began in early January when the state was gripped by a combination of severe drought, rising temperatures, and high winds.
Leading edge of the Hughes Fire now moving down out of the rolling hills and down the hills toward to Lake Castaic itself.
The dry conditions left large portions of the state vulnerable to ignition, and when winds gusted up to 70 miles per hour, they provided the perfect conditions for wildfires to spread uncontrollably. The Palisades fire ignited near Malibu, rapidly spreading across thousands of acres. The fire was fueled by the Santa Ana winds, which are known for their hot, dry gusts that can propel fires with incredible speed. The combination of dry vegetation, the winds and high temperatures caused the fire to explode in size, reaching over 24,000 acres within the first 48 hours of ignition. The Hughes Fire, part of a series of wildfires that have plagued Southern California, has prompted mandatory evacuation orders for approximately 31,000 residents in the vicinity of Castaic Lake. Firefighters are contending with strong Santa Ana winds, with gusts potentially reaching up to 60 miles per hour, which exacerbate the fire's spread. A substantial deployment of resources is in place, including multiple helicopters and planes conducting water and retardant drops to control the blaze. Major transportation routes, including sections of Highway 5, have been closed due to the fire, causing significant disruptions. The scale of destruction caused by the January wildfires is staggering. As of January 16th, more than 12,000 structures had been destroyed, including homes, businesses, and critical infrastructure. Thousands of residents had to flee their homes and many were left without a place to go. Shelters were set up across the state, but the demand for emergency services was overwhelming. The human toll has been significant, with at least 45 fatalities reported by January 18, 2025, and many more injured. Firefighters, first responders, and local residents have worked tirelessly to fight the flames. But the sheer scale of the fires has made containment efforts extremely challenging. In many areas, the fires continue to burn out of control, further complicating rescue and recovery operations. The environmental damage has been equally catastrophic. Over 50,000 acres of land have been burned by mid-January, including critical forested areas and wildlife habitats. The economic impact of the wildfires is profound, with losses estimated in the billions of dollars. Not only have thousands of homes and businesses been destroyed, but entire industries have been impacted. California's agricultural sector.
Oh my God. No way. And we're right by the Getty.
In addition to the destruction of homes and crops, California's tourism industry has taken a significant hit. Popular tourist destinations, including parts of Los Angeles and Malibu, have been placed off limits as the fires rage on. California's Governor Gavin Newsom has declared a state of emergency, and President Biden has issued a major disaster declaration unlocking federal resources to aid in recovery efforts.
As you can see, very...
One of the key challenges in responding to the wildfires is the strain placed on California's infrastructure and emergency services. Evacuation orders have been complicated by the number of people needing to leave fire-threatened areas. Major highways, including Interstate 5 and Route 101, have been closed as the fires spread. These closures have created traffic gridlock, delaying evacuations and hindering the movement of emergency vehicles. Communication systems have also struggled to keep pace with the crisis. In some areas, residents have had limited access to emergency alerts, making it difficult for them to respond quickly to evacuation orders. California faces a long and difficult road to recovery. Thousands of people have lost their homes, businesses, and livelihoods, and it will take years for many communities to rebuild. The state has already started to provide financial assistance to those affected. The warming climate has contributed to longer, more intense fire seasons as rising temperatures dry out vegetation and create ideal conditions for fires to spread.
The wind's gonna make it hit them apartments.
Oh my God, they need to evacuate them.
From there. Yeah.
In the case of the January 2025 fires, the extended drought conditions in California provided the perfect fuel for these devastating wildfires. Additionally, the rising frequency of extreme weather events, including high winds and heat waves, has made it more difficult for firefighters to contain the flames. Experts warn that if these trends continue, California and other western states will face even more intense wildfire seasons in the years to come. As such, it is imperative that the state invests in more sustainable land use practices, improved fire management strategies, and efforts to mitigate the impacts of climate change. The January 2025 wildfires once again highlighted the growing threat of climate change in California. They have revealed the deep interconnection between our ecosystems, communities, and economies, demonstrating the far-reaching consequences of such disasters.
Here, this is all the fuel that basically was left after a fire here 3 years ago. You can see very, very dense smoke, very intense flames.
Though recovery will be a lengthy process, the lessons learned from this catastrophe must drive stronger action on climate change, more effective wildfire management, and the development of more resilient communities. California's future will hinge on its ability to adapt to a changing climate and safeguard its residents from the growing risks of wildfires. Moving forward, it will require cooperation, innovation, and an unwavering commitment to both protecting lives and preserving the natural beauty of this extraordinary state.